Boom. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live on a wonderful Wednesday. We're back at it again. We are the Wrestling for Life Network. We got AEW Dynamite tonight. Another crazy day in wrestling. We have all your rumors, all your stories, all your news, and all the reaction to all the action. We are here all night long, folks. So make sure you strap in, strap on, grab your snacks, grab your feel good. I got pyro, so let's go. Ding, ding, ding. We are live. We are live, ladies and gentlemen. We got Freshly Squeezed coming out. Apparently the darling of all of wrestling now. But we'll talk all about that as we move forward. As I said, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. This is your live stream. This is your alternative commentary to AEW tonight. As always, I'm Mr. Every Night KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube. And that's a man in a scarf.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrestling for Life Network proudly brings to you its YouTube tag stream champions of the world, the Every Night Delight KJ White. I am Big Nick, and so this should be all sunshine and sparkles right now in AEW. My guy, which by the way, what's up for
gummy bears and
Tony Khan has solved world peace now because CM Punk's gone, right?
Well, that's it, and we'll talk a lot about that as we get into it here tonight. And I already see some comments in the chat that we can get to at some point. But folks, welcome back. I hope everyone's having a healthy and happy, not a healthy. But if you're having a healthy week too, congratulations. But yes, a healthy and happy week. We are almost there.
How you know when the vitamins are putting them up?
Then we come back on Friday for a triple header. We got more action, more stuff coming your way, and Freshly Squeezed is getting a huge ovation.
Is that your now, like your Cornette, like Cornette has pockets, you just keep calling him now Freshly Squeezed?
Yeah, or Jane.
Fair enough.
I call him Jane often. But
just so we can sync up, I've got him right now in the ring while the crowd's chanting. I got to give the man credit. Within this promotion,
orange.
The man had what, 32 title defenses?
Yeah.
So
listen, you're right, Nick. Like we had him, and to kind of geek out for those tuning in, we had him as the captain of our fantasy wrestling team for a reason, because he defended his belt more than anybody.
Right now, by the way, sorry.
What's that?
I'm getting the thank you orange chant right now, just so we can sync up.
Hey, let me know when he says hey.
Okay. We're building up to it. He's got the microphone to his mouth. Building up anticipation for Orange Cassidy.
We're just thumbs
up this time.
We're syncing up.
Hey, yo, I got hey.
Okay, there we go. But yes, folks, thank you for being here tonight. We're going to talk a lot about what's going on. We're going to talk about some of the backstage stuff.
You were saying how we had OC as our captain. Oh, captain, my captain.
OC was our captain because he defended that belt more than anybody. Like, he did have a run. I feel like AEW didn't make it feel special until it was over. Like, we never really cared about it.
To the back nine. But how rough was Tony Khan's decision making in the past 72, 48 hours or so? If he had to fire CM Punk, then he had to choose between John Moxley or Orange Cassidy as to who goes over. He's like, they just literally fight forever. They chant it all the time.
That's it. I don't know what we were supposed to get out of that, but
what?
I imagine he's going to be jumped or interrupted any second now.
I don't know. I got him his music, and he's giving a thumbs up. I think he's going to take his pause for the cause, and Moxley's going to be pissed because he's stuck.
Remember I said they were just going to keep bandaging him till he couldn't wrestle anymore? We pretty much got there.
How upset is Renee, though, right now? John, you said we were going to take a vacation 2 years ago at this point.
Oh.
Speaking of John.
Rude. I will say this, and I've been on the record. I don't hate Orange Cassidy as much as some other people do. I know we talk about Cornette. I have the beef when he's overselling it or he doesn't come out of the pocket. Literally. You know, when
I hate the gimmick, not the wrestler.
Yeah, and I think the gimmick goes too far. There's a balance there. You can be the cool guy without trying to pin another man for a title with your hands in your pocket. That just seems stupid. It's not funny. It's not shticky. It's dumb. You can be the guy with your hands in your pocket and take them out for the pinfall. Just like little details. Like it goes too far into I don't care.
Yeah, that's the gimmick thing. I was going to raise my hand. Can I say something actually nice about AEW for half a second here?
Yes.
I kind of like this because this to me would actually work. This makes sense though. If you're going to kick it off with the international championship match, which I don't get why you'd kick it off with your supposed alleged main event. But if you were kicking off the match right now with this, and okay, cool, Orange, you had your promo, you're leaving, so out comes John, and they just happen to intersect.
Yeah, no, I think it works. I mean, I understand. And as far as trying to build tension, build something, this works well. I don't mind this at all.
Right. Is OC about to jump AR Fox right now and just be like, that's my spot, bitch?
And we will see Darby Allin later tonight as well, taking on Nick Wayne. I am looking forward to that match, Nick. That one's going to be fun. I think quickly before the action kicks off.
Apparently, the action's kicking off already over by you, my guy. So
mosquito.
At this time of day, Aurora Borealis, at this time of year, in your living room.
I just knocked it right out of the air. That's funny stuff. But we will get to the chat. Hello, everybody. Hello, Luna. Adam.
Well, I've always seen that going around. If it's the same thing of like Flanders when he tears his fucking shirt off. Stella.
But AR Fox and John Moxley are gearing up right now. You can get your predictions in, folks. If you're new here, we take a prediction on every match, and we take a rating out of 10 at the end. So do not go anywhere. And Moxley's going to win.
Yeah, 100%. He's just pawing at his face right now. But yeah, Moxley's winning this easily. He just won the belt, and we're still teasing him maybe giving it back to OC.
Right. May AEW be nothing but sparkles and fairy dust now that the Bucks can be on Collision. Listen, we talked about this today. It came up in my shit today. And we talked about it. We're probably going to save this.
Did you flush it at least? Did you flush it?
It was sparkly, but it needs to be flushed. But maybe we'll jump back on the CM Punk train during a commercial because I think it's going to be a long-winded rant. But Mulder, good to see you. Damien, welcome back. Always got the hopium on. I like it. He did add Statlander versus Sakura. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I feel the same way Nick does.
I was going to say, it's a match.
Right. Darby, Statlander, and Moxie all for wins. Bonkers calling his shot early. Welcome back, Bonkers. See Money, Chambers, Boston's in the house. Who else do we got? Big Vic back with us.
I like how they were counting the likes on the video beforehand and everything like that. And then we also had Bonkers out there saying how congratulations on 1,001 because yes, we passed 1,000 videos last night.
This is 2 already, or 3.
Stopping up for something season never sleeps. What?
Right. What's up, Chungalette Jet? I like it. I said Jet.
You fucked. How did you add letters there?
That was amazing.
I don't know whether to do the fucking My Jungle Love. Yeah.
It's funny because we were laughing about this.
That reference or do a Jungle Boy reference? Because
we were laughing about this. We were laughing about this pre-stream. So that's funny that it happened again. Jungalette Jen. Welcome. Welcome.
You're adding an unneeded N.
I didn't say N. Jungalette.
Yes, you did.
Open your ears. Open your ears.
What?
OC.
What?
There you go.
What?
Yeah, exactly. Where are my manners? Joe Black, how you doing? Always the man with the good manners. Oh, mosquito's back to life.
Mosquito for life.
What up, Kyle? How you doing? Money's back with us. Good to see you, buddy.
Nothing better than being freshly squeezed.
What'd that say?
C Money said nothing better than being freshly squeezed.
Right. The champ is here. Yes, the champ's in the house. Wow, chat is filling up. Let's work up the way a little. Plumber Mox, Yo KJ, Jennifer, doll models. Whoa, 1,000 videos. Thank you.
Right.
Pal's back in the house. How you doing?
Howdy. Larry, KJ the White, and Nick the Brick, the Talking Dead. At this point, it kind of halfway feels like it.
Whoa. I thought that was going somewhere. KJ the White, first off, is
you can have that. That ain't even what I'm mad at.
Like the anti-name in 2023.
Whoa.
Nick the Brick. Burp. Like, I thought we were going with another rhyme there. Thank God we left that out.
Yeah, see, you can have that. That ain't even what I'm mad at.
Oh my God, I love Simpsons jokes. Right on.
We tend to do that from time to time.
Right.
Well, I like how I said that, and then everybody that I saw literally got the fucking joke in the chat. It's like, I'm from Utah. I don't get that reference.
Well, Tony is an anus. That's not very nice.
No, different body part, same area. Starts with a P instead of an A.
But we do have picture-in-picture right now as Moxley is in control of AR Fox as we roll on.
I got a Pizza Hut commercial.
I got picture-in-picture.
Well, bless you and your Canadian superpowers, son.
There you go. What's up, Gilly? How you doing? John Moxley for the win. That promo didn't do much. Yeah, I wouldn't call it an energized way to start the show, but a very nice kudos.
Are we? If you're expecting riveting words from OC, I got some fucking swampland in Florida to sell you too.
No shit.
And by the way, did you know you have an uncle who also lived in Nigeria as well? And he just happened to pass away.
I recently sent him money. I'm waiting for it to come back.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Times 10.
If you're expecting a good promo out of OC, keep waiting because it ain't gonna happen.
There you go. I'm here because big homie Nick invited me bunch of times. LOL. Thank you, big homie. There you go.
I don't know if big or homie was said more in that statement. But no, we're on a commercial break. Go ahead. You
are supposed to be inviting people.
We're coming out of the commercial break. You wanted to talk about a thing that came across here.
Well, here's the thing with
CM Punk. So go ahead.
Since all this has taken place and all kind of come together, and folks, we are still rolling through with Moxley in control, but I feel like it's important to address a couple things. Automatically, people want to overlook the fact that this man does draw business. I know some people don't give two shits because they feel like the cancer outweighs it. Fine. But let's make something clear here. He was not just walking into the building with flames burning out of his head like a sociopath, looking for people to off, kill, and try and threat. I saw that face. But at the end of the day,
lunge. The term is lunge.
Lunge, and I'll get to the lunge because everybody in the very pro Buck side, pro Buck camp, they want to keep saying softest man in wrestling, softest man, a man who reportedly knocked out one of the EVPs, a man who apparently choked out another one, not an EVP, but a bushy head little brat, and then the man that is so soft and terrifying at the same time, like a kitten, that a lunge, well, you lunged at your boss, we have to fire you, you're a maniac. Is he soft or am I wrong? Like, consistently calling this guy soft, at least in this venue, is there anybody that really has been involved that would go one-on-one with Punk? Probably not. Let's be real.
Well, I'll say this as quickly as I can because we are back in action.
We are back in action.
By the way, I like Jason out here with the hashtag WCW followed by the 4 life and then the wide. But to me, this man, it was constantly, ever since he didn't leave after the brawl out situation, it's now become poke the fucking bear. Whether Tony knew it or not, that's the entire situation was poke the fucking bear.
He paid for one of the biggest pokes, man. Punk had to sit at home and listen to that fucking Carry On My Wayward Son and act like, oh, that had nothing to do with me. What a coinky dink. I'm so
but he was still willing to sit down and bury the hatchet.
Yes.
Whether the meeting was actually going to happen or not, if he even thought it was going to happen, that means he was willing to do it. People miss that.
Why is that being overlooked so much that he put it out there? He reached out to Kenny and was told by a lawyer, don't do that again. Not by Kenny. And again, people want to look at, oh, he's a cancer. Yes, I can't excuse what happened in the WWE, and he had his checkered past. But you know what? A lot of people Wow, huge clothesline, and it's over.
Mhm.
It's about to be over, folks.
Death
Sorry.
Rider. I was also wanted to mention how we've got the Claudio sucks egg sign right on the hard cam too.
I like
There,
it.
shout out Terry
I like
Funk.
the T-shirt.
And then King's Pokemon Empire saying, "Does Mox ever get to take that? Does he ever get to take that vacate? No."
As much as I don't love Moxley, I mean, I got to give the dude credit. He shows up and shows out.
Is he? He may not be the best pro wrestler. I think most people would probably agree with that. But he's up there with hardest working pro wrestlers because this man does not take a fucking week off of wrestling, I feel.
Am I back?
Yeah, you're a little in and outy. There you go. You're coming back to us through the space.
I'm coming back from the other dimension.
You got scared for your life, so you froze up there.
Right. But I find this snowflake approach to, and I'm sorry, I blanked out, so I don't know where we were at, but Moxley did get the W. But to finish my last point, I find this snowflake approach to everything that happened with Punk blowing my mind, and trying to listen to the snowflakes. It's this mentality of we can do and say whatever we want, and if you respond, your anger and your bullshit is on you. And yes, we've agreed on this channel that Punk probably could have taken the higher road a few times, but there's only so much people can take. And I get it. I sound like old man on porch right now, but
old man yells at cloud.
Right? At some point. Oh, wait, Nick Wayne talking to Christian and being growled at.
He's going to take on Darby Allin tonight here. They're going to try and corrupt him.
They're trying to turn Nick. But I mean, dude, it's this snowflake approach of like, he did nothing wrong. And I keep saying it. As soon as one of these giant buck marks can show me somebody that worked at Collision that had an issue with Punk, I will listen. But they sent
Christopher Daniels, Matt Hardy, Ryan Nemeth.
No, but they're not part of the Collision camp. Those were people he did not want there, and he had the right to do so. Tony didn't say no, Punk. You have to take these people. He was completely fine with it. He allowed it to happen. He allowed a lot of this to happen. But nobody from Collision has complained about CM Punk. Not Miro, not any of them.
To me, it's one of those, and I know there's a few comments I'm going to just probably rapid fire.
Yeah, we're going to start working out.
No, you're good. But it's this, to me, we're discussing an issue that at this point is irrelevant to the extent of it's not going to change either way. Whoever you felt was right or anything like that. The line in the sand has been drawn. It has been made or whatever. Love it or hate it, I think it was an outcome that needed to happen, whether it was CM Punk got fired, Jack Perry got fired, whatever. And now at this point, it's going to be, where do we go from here? This should be smooth sailing for AEW from here on out.
Yeah.
That's how you prove everything that was reported about CM Punk was true, is this is smooth sailing. Don't think it's going to be, but that's how you prove the dirt sheet's right.
Yeah. And you book for what's best for business. And that's the biggest disappointment of all of this is business became secondary. The fans are the ones that lose out. We'll never get to see certain matchups that we really, really wanted to see and certain payoffs that we really deserve to see will never happen. And that's who loses out in all this. But let's get to the chat as we're in a commercial break. We'll catch up a little bit.
Rapunzel, let down your hair, or maybe let down your beard hair. They say, my fortune cookie reads, a part of us remains wherever we have been. I was going to make some jokes, but I read that you were going to make some jokes too, and I was not. I was going to say I was going to come up with my own fortunes.
Right. So our new fantasy faction champ just picks up a W for us, so that's pretty good.
There we go. Oh, captain. Oh, captain, my captain.
Interchangeable.
Yeah. Mega, what up? Victor, what up? Steve G, what up? What up?
Oh, do you want to talk about this real quick while we're on commercial?
Fair enough.
Von Wagner went to a medical facility and there's an arrest warrant out for Braun Breaker.
Is that a fucking actual thing, or is that just a meme?
No, that was the thing. Like that, like kayfabe thing. I love it.
Oh, well, to me, and I saw a few other people talking about this. To me, this is everybody wants Stevie 14. Everybody wants to go back to the Attitude-ish type era to where, real and everything like that. Yeah. I think that was their way of, they've been steadily doing it. And that's really I think a statement of the line of demarcation has happened now in WWE. If they're going to do something like that, you don't do that and not anticipate A, that you can't, like, where do you come back from that, and B, you're going to keep going forward with this type of stuff.
Push it. And I mean, that's what it was. You want to create buzz. You want people on the internet talking about it and going, what the fuck? And like I said, people are talking about next week. Like, they're stacking next week. They're trying to beat Dynamite in the ratings, my guy. They're right there. And we talked about this all the time. You can say whatever you want, but that developmental brand on Tuesday is about to be
Could it
very
be because
close.
Punk got fired? So here, I'm going to teabag you there, Tony. If I know you were over in the UK, so you like your tea. How about I teabag you as my developmental show outdraws your weekly show?
Mm-hmm. I mean, and then that's a true thing. We talked about it before. As an AEW fan, I want to see AEW challenge Raw. I want to see AEW challenge SmackDown. I don't want to
get out of the bricks first,
right? I don't want to see them battling it out with NXT. That's not good for us. That's not good for the fans. We want to see them progress and offer something that brings in more attention, more eyes, because then you have a chance to evolve, get better. And right now, and look at Collision. People are talking about, should Collision be canceled, Nick?
Well, I think right now they're just kind of waiting for it to fall off and become the next Rampage. But is it interesting to you at all that Vic Joseph had almost a halfway bit of a JR feel?
Yeah.
To where as they're blacked out and you just hear the impact and you just hear Vic Joseph yell out, "You son of a bitch."
Yeah.
That instantly took me back to JR calls.
I liked it. I want to see where it's going. I think it's interesting that they put a fake APB out for our man's Braun.
Well, I just even like the fact that they treated it, they wheeled him out, and even the NXT Instagram page sat there and was putting out, T's and P's packages for Von Wagner.
Pictures of Wagner being rolled out with a bloody head. And you know what? This is one of those things where fan footage actually helped it, because there's a few fan footage, like, because they're up in the crowd, that got out, and it just, all you see is it come down, and you can see Booker and Vic looking shocked. Like, everyone in the building sold it.
Do you not think that they kind of anticipated that a little bit? Because I think
they
that's
had
a really nice little touch. Yeah.
But it's nice. And I mean, it shows you can push the envelope. And again, story. The more story, the better. Any day of the week, I'll be thrilled if you're giving a story.
Oh, absolutely. As we're getting Statlander versus Emi Sakura.
Speaking so this was
an story.
Sorry, Nick. This was an open challenge, which they kind of gave away. I like when the open challenge is a bit of a who's coming out, and the fact that it's Emi Sakura doesn't impress me at all. Anybody want to make a prediction?
Do we need to ask predictions, or are we all just taking Statlander? If you got Emi, then good on you.
If anyone's picking Emmy, you probably came to the wrong stream. You clicked the wrong button.
Well, no, you can still have that. You can have that. That ain't what I'm mad at.
Right.
But, you do you, boo-boo. Don't be mad when you're wrong.
Right. Braun Breaker should be suspended. I imagine there's going to be something. I did laugh at Grayson Waller holding a Pepsi to his face, saying, "My co-worker attacked me unprovoked. Fire him."
Oh, well, yeah, that was from, Payback.
Yeah. Facts.
Googly moogly.
Man, it's because the biggest Buck fans are like generally girls between the age of 18 and 26.
You said it, not me.
It's true.
I was just gonna, and I know we kind of halfway talked about this earlier before the stream. I'm just sorry that the owner of the company is softer than the wrestlers that he books.
Listen, people can say what they want about any of this, and people can pick a side. And you and I have been on here live talking about how the fan base fighting amongst itself over it's not good for his business, and it's proving it in the numbers. It's hurting the ratings. It's hurting ticket sales.
That's always great for a company, is when you have your fans infighting amongst each other as to who's right and who's wrong, of how the product's great or it sucks.
And like I said, even some of the most avid public figures that talk about wrestling, who are giant AEW marks, to each their own, they have come around and said they've been a lot, have had way less sympathy for the company, way less understanding for the decisions that are being made.
Right. Louis, what up? John, what up? Richard, what up? I think Braun is forced out of NXT because of Vaughn's injury and he just gets called up.
How do you swing that angle? That's bullshit.
It's an unsafe work environment, so you got to get the fuck up on out of here. We ain't
You're
firing
getting
you.
promoted.
We're not like those other guys. We aren't going to fire you. We're going to move you up. We're going to move you to a different show.
We're going to get some type of like crazy match between these two.
So he can double Uno reverse his. He already took his Audi and put it to an innie. So what's he going to do? Take his innie to an Audi?
Stat having a lot of trouble with a lady that we rarely see on AEW at all. So the fact that this match is nice backbreaker. This match is too competitive for my taste.
Well, speaking of competitive, Boston out here asking if you're wearing a Detroit Lions shirt. No, he's wearing the lovely KJ Styles. I don't even know why I went there, but KJ White is wearing one of the,
okay with it.
Fantastic Wrestling for Life t-shirts that you can 100% grab yourself in many different forms and many different colorways on the Wrestling for Life Network merch store. And I was trying to do my best, like, come on down, Bob. All this and the showcase can be yours if the price is right.
And in full disclosure, Boston, it was inspired by maybe the Maple Leafs. Just saying.
Oh yeah,
it is the TML edition of the shirt, and it's over. And Stu,
are we shocked? Is this where we put on a shocked face? To do the Kevin from Home Alone? Oh my God, she won.
Yeah. Boston. What's up?
By the way, when does this mean T and like that mean B in trying to spell out the letters? Because she's trying to spell out TBS and she just kind of just moved her hand a little bit.
Was she? I no comment.
Fair enough.
Anthony, welcome back. KJ, I'm not saying Punk is a saint in the situation, but what do people expect him to do when his boss doesn't reprimand people and tell them not to antagonize him? Facts. And again, when you hear things like he gets to London and there's nobody to pick him up, and who's in charge of transportation? A buckmark. All right, so we got problems. There's a conflict of interest, and Tony allowed it to. Tony could have saved it from ending in a firing. And I don't care what anyone says, because every man out there, and I know someone said, "Oh, Punk's old enough; he should know better." It's bullshit. Every man has a breaking point, and it's the old saying, "Fuck around and find out," and that's what happened multiple times. And it's unfortunate, but you can't keep poking the bear.
Absolutely. Sorry, I want to go with it, but I've also got Roddy. We're going through his childhood upbringing. Is this man medically cleared to be wrestling with a neck brace on?
Is he going to wrestle with the neck brace on?
Probably. It's AEW.
That's good. That's good. Welcome back, Louie. Happy 40th birthday to Brawny. There you go.
Ronnie, the strong man.
2-0. 2-0. Yeah, I bet. I think Braun Breaker is suspended from NXT, then comes back to NXT, calling it for next week. All right. Possible, Richard. That's
anything is possible. The likelihood is unlikely.
Speaking of anything's possible, here comes Callis.
Yeah, Don Fallis is walking out right now.
Oh, he wants to watch this Jericho match. Dude, man. They really screwed up by not just letting Jericho be with Callis.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm sorry, I'm just looking at this man. If there is not a human being that encapsulates if a hot dog came to life than Don Callis, I don't know who is.
How do you feel about the reuniting of the sex gods? Are we not over Sammy Guevara and Jericho being attached at the hip?
Because he has nothing else. Neither of them have anything else. Sammy's just too... He's the disciple to Hulk Hogan. He's Brutus the Barber Beefcake, all of that, to Hulk Hogan Jericho over there. And Chris Jericho refuses to do anything to where it gives the people a reason not to sing along with his song. Yeah. He's like, wait, you're going to put me with Callis and to take away my song? No, I'm going to perform at Wembley.
It's true. I will take your I will take your suggestions and I will ignore them to my own benefit or detriment. We'll decide.
Oh, it's 100% detriment at this point. This is a guy that Chris Jericho is a big fan of. This reminds me of like seeing Sebastian Bach show up in the fucking Trailer Park Boys. It's like, what the fuck are you doing here? And
I
why
want
do
to
you
see
look so
Sebastian
fucking
Bach show up
goofy?
at AEW. Buy a ticket to the show.
That'll be at all in 2. The main
Right.
event will be Chris Jericho versus Sebastian Bach. But we're seriously, how far do you feel for Aussie Open? They slid from, granted it was 0 hour and everything like that, but they were taking on MJF and Adam Cole and defending the Ring of Honor tag titles to now they've slid to being in a battle royal to now they're facing Jericho and Guevara and are going to probably lose.
And they might lose. That's the fucked up part about it, is they might lose. As Jericho goes, you know what? You know, I've been doing this thing. Maybe I'm just going to, I'll go on a tag title run now. Like, what the fuck, bro? Just let Sammy, like, try and find his career without you shadowing all over.
We're going to get Chris Jericho versus Takeshita at whatever the next AEW pay-per-view is. You watch.
Oh, yeah. Hot young talent. Everyone's praising him. And here's the thing, that when people want to say that Punk was a cancer to this company, dude, he might have been a lump or something that needed removed. Fine. And I don't mean that disparagingly as it sounds, but let's say he's the lump, but the cancer's still there. All they did was get rid of one of the symptoms. All right, that symptom's gone. But the cancers that exist, like a Jericho, like the Bucks, are going to continue to hinder this company. And it will, because nobody's tuning in. Nobody gives a fuck.
I don't know if I'm almost getting just numb to it at this point or something. It's one of those of the fact that, like, okay, so you decided to get rid of CM Punk. So this is the choice you've made. So now this is where I'm grading you at now. Now I have whatever expectations for you. Like, this is now going to be the vision that you really wanted to do versus actually trying to do whatever actual wrestling you were trying to present. So at this point, when you fucking fall on your ass, you have no one else to blame but yourself.
Valid. Now we are getting a graphic right now, Full Gear, November 10th, and we will be here live, folks, as we're here for all the pay-per-views, all the live events we can fit in.
Oh, they're going to be out in LA, so of course they've got to have the Lakers colors. But I'm telling you, like I said, I called it earlier. You watch when it happens. We're going to get Chris Jericho versus Takeshita.
Right.
We will drag this callous feud out into November.
But now, see, here's where they fuck up, and I think where they get insecure, where they're like, no, I'm gonna turn babyface. Everyone's gonna love it, and then it didn't happen. So they'll listen to the buzz and they'll go the other way. They'll like, oh, and then if they revisit it, and then they become heels together, it doesn't have the same feel that it did when you first should have done it.
I don't know, because I don't think that I almost feel like they have the echo chamber on. They're the dog with the fucking cone on their head because Tony had monitors fall on him. So they've just, got to make sure he's safe.
Right.
He's only going to hear what they tell him is going over. Did you hear the 5 applause for the Lasex God pose? Everyone right there in the front row in section B clapped. So that means it's over, Tony. We're good.
Right.
As long as that check clears, they don't give a shit.
Right. Kyle Fletcher back into the ring, in control of Sammy right now. And again, Jericho and Sammy are being billed as the baby faces, and I don't really think it's a good idea.
As we're no selling chops now again.
Roddy
wouldn't be an AW match or an AW show if we didn't have a spot to where we just no sold chops.
Ooh. Not the prettiest of drop kicks from Sammy. Kicked him right in the junk by the looks of it.
Oh, yeah, I just got the drop kick now. Yeah, that's...
that was to the...
to low blow.
Taz tries to sell it. Oh, that'll take your breath away. Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, that'll take your deep voice away, too.
Right. Roddy should win the tournament. I believe the tournament's coming down to Roddy and Cole. I will ask the chat this, Nick. I'll ask you as well. Are you tired of a lot of tournaments? Like, we get a lot of tournaments. Would you rather see them build somebody up as a challenger? Like, oh, shit, this guy's been on the rise. or just keep giving us tournaments to find challengers.
I think we have the obvious story in front of us, and unless I know the entire bracket that's been laid out, which I may have missed, I think
No,
the
they haven't
obvious
told us
story,
all of it.
I think the obvious story, but then again, if you're going to have Full Gear in November, you would have to wait on it. But I think they have really started to put the cart before the horse with this.
Mm-hmm.
Dun, 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 dun. You do Samoa Joe versus MJF. That's your fucking feud right now.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
I like it. And granted, it's weird that you built it off of a NXT segment, just who's piggybacking off of who.
Right.
I don't know.
Well, yeah.
But if you're not going to do it now, you've given us to where we had the moment. MJF acknowledged it, like, unless he completely brushes it off tonight when he talks, and we just put it on the back burner. I feel like that's your money feud. And especially if you have a banger feud like that, and that actually would be really well, you're going to forget about CM Punk getting fired. You're going to forget about any sort of bullshit trauma going on.
Right. Mega, welcome back. He says, I have that thought. I think we all do. I admit it, I do.
If you don't, if you've watched wrestling, it has been burned into the frontal lobe of your skull. This boy.
It's laboring. Welcome back, Alexis. Jericho looks like a drunk aunt. He's the farthest thing from a sex god. Don't tell him that. He thinks he's a sexy bitch.
She's a sexy bitch. No, their fucking tag team name at this point should just be Catalina Wine Mixer.
Right. What's up, Chambers? Think, guys, Sammy heel turn, or is it too early? I think it's been well overdue. Do something.
You could have done it when he was supposed to be leaving the Jericho Appreciation Society.
Yep. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get what we're doing here with the sex gods. And if they just break up now, like if they try to be a tag team and they get mad at each other, well, you just delayed the inevitable, and you could have probably told a better story before.
Right. As I'm now in picture, I've got Chair Relax saying, no, build him up over weeks. I'm assuming we're talking about Joe.
I like the idea of building Joe up over weeks. Yes, I want to build challengers. I want to see guys go what Wardlow did for the TNT. He got hot and ran a hot streak, and then he became a champion. That's what I want more of. Instead of just like, we're going to have a tournament. We're going to have a tag team battle royal. Like, it's all these just lazy booking. Thank you, Jim.
Well, it's one of those, well, we didn't plan to get here, so now we're here. So how can we fucking fast track this here?
Who's got the map? That's what I want to know.
I'm the map. I am the map. I am the map.
Right. It's also who Luna wants to win the tournament. I'm trying to figure out.
I didn't know.
I see why.
People can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't know if anyone's been fully announced or if the full bracket's been announced.
No, the full bracket has not been announced, Nick. So
that's
they're piecemealing it to us, and I think it's going to be Cole and Roderick in the final, and I'm not sure which one of the two wins.
Yeah, but if Joe shows up in any part of this bracket, you know who's winning.
Not necessarily with Tony.
Roderick Strong in his fucking neck brace is going to beat Samoa Joseph, and then we're going to delay that.
Yeah, it's possible in this company. Samoa Joe might not even be in the tournament. Right? Samoa Joe's got a match coming up with who's he fighting next?
I don't know. You're the one talking about the match.
I can't remember. All right, we got what is happening here?
I've got the
everybody went down.
We had a elbow to the back of the neck on Jericho from Kyle Fletcher, and Sammy hit a cutter on Mark Davis, but they both rolled out. So,
code breaker. Both AEW and Raw are stuck in Groundhog Day right now. We're not really getting any new matchups. I think AEW is better at that because we get a lot of holy fuck who booked this matchup.
It's literally just shake some names in a fucking cup.
Raw, we are getting a lot of rinse and repeat. Some argue that that's how you build. rivalries and competition. Some say it's a bit too much, and I kind of agree with that. It's we're getting a lot of the same shit. Mix it up, make it exciting.
Should the code breaker now just be called the wet floor sign? Because that's kind of halfway what it looks like whenever fucking Chris Jericho fucking falls on his ass to fucking hit that move.
Sammy up over the ropes. I think the fans are egging Jericho. No, he's not. Come on, make my day. Make my
Air
day.
Canada is about to have a crash fucking landing.
I want to see a tope Jericho. Oh, thank God that they got really close to the ring, but he landed on Sammy.
Fucking welt already on his like side.
Aussie Open, I think they're going to steal a win here. Misdirection.
No, Jericho's winning this. It'll even buy a goddamn roll up or something like that.
Bumper cars.
Chris Jericho just does the jump out of the fucking ring. Of like how most people would leave the ring after a match.
Jericho can still go.
Offensive maneuver.
Jericho can still go. Did you see that?
He's just like Lionheart right now. This is Lionheart Chris Jericho. We're getting just fucking fast-paced action right now.
It's not looking good for you picking Jericho. All right. Oh, I kicked out. What the fuck?
I told you. You as much as you can give me shit, you gotta look. You gotta read into the mind of Tony Khan.
One of the best tag teams in the world just hit their finisher on this man, and he kicked out.
Yup.
Oh, thank you for doing a job.
Right.
You will hear from MJF and Hangman Page still to come. Yes, true story.
Right. Bill Chipper, what up? Small Mark, what up?
Oh, wait. One man Spanish fly, and here goes Jericho about to pick up a W. Son of a bitch.
Chair relaxing. Let's look like a bingo hall. Yeah, well, the show we're watching books like they fucking run it in a bingo hall, so that's why.
There's no way.
I told you.
He spun out. There's hope. A horrible super kick. Jericho took that super kick like a wet mop.
Did he halfway no-sell that super
kick? Brainbuster. Oh, yeah.
The super kick at this point is just a transition.
Another kick out. This is Meltzer, get out your stars over fucking. This is so convoluted. Question, guys. I asked earlier. Sorry, Smooth. If you are new here, we try and click on all of them. If you feel like we're missing you, don't forget the super chats. Don't forget the super stickers. Make yourself stand out. We're trying to watch wrestling and do all the clicking.
I was going to say, and become a member, by the way, too.
Become 100%. A member.
That's how you get the exclusive content. You get all the extra DLC.
Now, that being said, Smooth's question was good as far as, is every wrestler a champion now?
Little bit.
Wow. Dude, ref got his hand down to 3, but Jericho took a while to slot out of that.
2. Yeah, that's fingernail. Scrape that by. Listen, and we get an instant replay on that.
This is from one AEW fan.
And ended on that. This
is a shout out to all the AEW fans out there from an AEW fan. If you truly don't see what the problem with Chris Jericho is and why, as a fan, you should be bothered by it, I'm sorry for that. He used to be amazing. This is fucking putrid. And it is so sad to watch young talent get eaten alive by this man. But Jericho won, by the way. Good call.
Yeah, and Sammy's throwing down the hand. Is it sad that AEW's halfway started to win me over? Because as I saw a sign behind Chris Jericho as he won, I'm saying, where's the meat?
Where's the meat? I told you.
They released a meat t-shirt.
Oh, look, see? So we delayed the inevitable.
Infight for no fucking reason. You just won. Why are we infighting?
They just won. Yeah, you just won. So
how does security respond to this shit faster than they do to people fighting backstage in fucking Gorilla with the boss or the head of the company right there?
They just won. They just won.
Sammy walks off through the fucking crowd.
So Jericho turns babyface when they're going to boo him against Ospreay. Could have broken up with Sammy with the rest of the group, delays that, and then now breaks up on the heels of they were successful. And look who's standing in the spotlight. Look who looks like the hero of the night.
Wasted away again in Fuzzyville. Searching for my last pop of the night.
Okay, so now that Jericho's out of the way, we can get back to good news.
Well, artist 100%. That's not going to work for me, brother.
That's what it is. Aussie Open's one of the best tag teams in the world, and they've done nothing but be momentarily Ring of Honor champions and jobbers pretty much other than that.
Seriously, remember when Chris Jericho was Ring of Honor world champion because he was going to put Ring of Honor on his back and get it over. And who the fuck remembers anything about Ring of Honor right now?
Yeah, well, I don't get it. And again, I don't think that makes me a bad AEW fan or a bad wrestling fan.
No, because literally, it's not just us. So we're very much a channel for the people, by the people, and everything like that. We've literally got, this is just bad writing. That was terrible booking.
Damien, the man. Yeah, like, I mean, this.
Yeah, the leader of the Hopium tribe.
Right? Like, shit, bro.
Boston saying, and I've been a fan since the first episode of Dynamite, and he's saying this is why AEW sucks.
Damn
Chris Jericho's pecs are turning from attitude. Fair enough.
All I'm saying is U.S. title, Dominic, a North American champ, UK champ, etc. Only world champs and tag champs are the real ones, and to challenge for. I don't know. I might have lost a little bit here, Nick. I don't know if you.
I was just gonna mention about how we're getting a video package right now of Starks and Danielson after their strap match, which was arguably the match of All Out, easily.
It 100% was the match of All Out.
Yeah,
it was outstanding. It should have been the main event. That should have been the end of the show.
Well, and I even like how they had the visual of Starks up in the corner and everything, and the sign right behind him is Starks deserves better. Like, this has turned Ricky Starks into a made man. And I've seen a lot of people pitch online, and I don't know how you feel about it. On Collision, we'll hear from Bryan Danielson. If they give Collision to Danielson.
Yes.
And this is your show now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Tony intimated that at the media scrum where they were sitting there, and he said, Daniel's schedule works well for Saturdays. They're replaying the push, dude. So they are going to sell us on the push. I love it.
But that tells me it's coming up sooner rather than later.
Well, maybe Joe gets to MJF before the tournament ends.
Oh, that's not a bad show. Maybe he kind of tries to hinder him and he still comes up or something. Yeah.
Interesting.
I at least like the idea that this is down the road for us.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah. I mean, if you want a good mind, the only thing that I think trips me out a little bit about Daniel Bryan is that I feel like at times, like, I love the guy. I think he's the best wrestler in the company. Mm-hmm. And I think I hear him talk and I'm like, I feel like he should know better about some of the things he's saying. Like, it confuses me at times of like, why do you think what you saw or what, like, you're praising like Moxley's the best wrestler in the world? Really?
He's CM Punk, but he's if CM Punk was a company guy, that's what Bryan Danielson is at this point.
Fair enough.
He has the mind for wrestling. Yeah. At the end of the day, we saw that was last minute of him and Starks, and they put on the match of the night, arguably contentiously match of the year potential candidate and everything like that. Mm-hmm. And that was pretty much on the fly. Like, but he's very much going to know where he works and where his bread is buttered because when he works for AEW, he can still go do this and he can still do this. And it's kind of the indie feel. So,
like, did you think Mox and OC was like a match of the year? Like, we're going to be remembering this for months. Like, I don't remember it resonating like that with me. Maybe because it was just so.
The moment did more than anything in the match. The end of the match and the start and the end of the match were the biggest moments people talked about of the match, not anything really super in between.
Granted, I'll accept that. It makes no sense, Steve. What did Steve say? You let Jericho and Sammy win, and then they split. That no, I'm with you. I think they should have broken up 2 weeks ago. Like, we're wasting time here. And now we're going to get a Sammy Jericho feud that will probably last another few weeks or head all the way. That will be the match at Grand Slam. Jericho versus Sammy, finally.
Right. For the JAS appreciation belt.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck.
For the right to Fozzy.
Possible.
Waka waka.
The man who puts no one over. Well, and I can touch on that real quick, and I think Nick's gonna go. Yeah,
in a minute. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Good.
Mm-hmm.
I almost answered you to the public chat. That's funny as
No,
hell.
you're good. Go ahead. I'm like Beetlejuice over here. Go ahead. You got it. Go ahead.
Dun, dun, dun. J-Boy, not anymore.
No, you were talking about the
oh, yeah. Sorry, I lost.
Over.
Yes. Okay, so this is where we talk about, like, we watched what happened with Ricky Starks and how much emphasis we cried for 2 years of, like, use Ricky. They put him on Collision. He works with Punk. This guy becomes a star. And I feel like Punk did do that. Like, even when he came in and he validated a guy like Darby. For the haters out there, can somebody tell me a guy or a team or a wrestler that Jericho has put over and made better? Or the
Action's ready for a week.
Right? Or the Bucks?
The Bucks? That you didn't see them do the job to FTR at All In? And that's where we're going to get a new art piece. Everyone wait with bated breath.
Oh,
good. We're going to get a new art piece with Callis and Takeshita.
Oh, they just
Takeshita looks like he's just Japanese Edge with this fucking jacket on.
Oh, wait. So, sorry,
we don't get the art. We just get it behind the curtain.
So next week, 1 week from tomorrow night, what? So next week, actually, Don Callis and Takeshita will reveal their new target. Did they finish with Kenny?
Yes, Kenny is on a 6 pay-per-view losing streak.
Oh, shit. And that's where I think Kenny gets more credit than most.
To me, when I almost at this point, when I say the elite, I don't almost know if I really fully consider Kenny and that with the aspect of like how they deal with the EVPs or Punk or anything. Like Kenny just kind of does what the fuck Kenny does. Like I respect Kenny on the fact like he views it as it's art or whatever. You either like it or you don't, what have you. I'm obviously a fan of Kenny for the most part.
No, but I think I like Kenny, and we watched Wrestle Kingdom. We watched a lot of these matches with Kenny, and we've seen a different Kenny at times. Him being in a 6-man tag at All In was very disappointing for me.
Oh, absolutely. As we've got MJF right now with the K2 tape on his neck, and we're getting all the signs of he's our scumbag. Well, I hope to be your scumbag, people. What?
There you go. The scarf is in the house.
Right. Scarf on scarf action. What?
I want so bad for Punk to, lazy booking. I'm with you there. You know what? I mean, listen, let's be real. For what we do, for what all the people that cover wrestling do, Punk is great for business. I want him to stay in the business because he is great for business. I know people don't want to admit that, but he brings more eyes, more views, more interest, period, wherever he goes.
AEW is the gift that keeps on giving. Love it or hate it, it's the gift that keeps on giving.
Right? Like if Punk shows up,
just soaking in the chance that I'm sorry, I was halfway looking because I know I have where you had the pinstripe of I'm better than you, summer shirt and everything. Now I'm looking at this, so like, all right, so when is this going to show up on the AEW shop? This shit.
What's up, Jake? How you doing? The double has arrived. Is MJF better heel or face? Heel. I'm with you.
But is he? It's so weird. He's cursed with being just so good at everything. Because that's the thing is, so that it's gonna be a joyous day on Wednesday because Grand Slam with MJF defending his title is gonna be the day before my birthday in the great state of New York. So 100%.
Right. So MJF breaking out the song notes, folks.
As I say, mark your fucking calendars now, folks.
Another keep booking Osprey team like this. You really think he'll come to AEW and sign a contract?
I thought
Did
that
you?
because his contract's coming up,
Mm-hmm.
and so Osprey is going to come back or come over there, and he's going to still get jobbed out.
Oh, wow. Joe.
Do you still always go? I always go back to his WWE music, which I still halfway feel is his Impact music.
People talked about it on the plate, like having playlist songs. I have Joe's on my playlist. Like it's a pump up song. It's a workout song. Like, dude, his WWE walkout music was his best, and I'll argue that. I'm good with it.
I absolutely. It's to me, it's one of those of, and I don't know if I can fully say it here on YouTube and everything like that. It's where you get the additional chance of, Joe's gonna, gonna, yeah. Do you remember the WCW album that they released to where they had the theme songs on it, but they also had the crowd noise included? So you got the pop with the theme song?
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, no, that growl was built right in. So when he would throw the hand up and you get that like that gorilla roar, right?
They combined like 18 animals. I actually watched that enough to where they literally like added this sound and this sound and this sound, so you couldn't replicate it.
What's your problem, kid? So we thought we were gonna get Punk and MJF, and Samoa Joe is a nice peace offering.
I almost kind of like it because I've had my slice of MJF and CM Punk. I haven't had my slice of Samoa Joe and MJF.
Oh, but see, this is interesting. See, this is where things get interesting. MJF, who's uber babyface right now, the crowd is now chanting, Joe is going to kill you, to your babyface champion.
Because he's the only one left. He's the only one left that seems serious, seems authentic. Outside of maybe a Kingston, but Kingston, I think, he's just kind of floating in the abyss there. He's the last guy that seems authentic, that seems genuine, seems real, and you literally believe would fuck you up if you if you were at a bar like we're fucking at. Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, yeah. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Last time I saw
it's so interesting because you wouldn't expect a guy like Samoa Joe to cut a promo sounding so articulate. He does, and it's so funny because it's so juxtaposition with like Keith Lee, because Keith Lee's the same guy, same stature, all of that, everything. But Samoa Joe just comes across like, I will talk intelligently to you and fuck you up, but Keith Lee just seems like Carl Winslow. I hear voices in my head.
You're gonna laugh when what the fuck is happening in my life?
I don't know. The snozberries taste like snozberries.
It's if it's not MJF, what does Kenny do now? Punk is gone. Wait. It's Pillsbury Joe Boy.
What?
MJF just called him Pillsbury Joe Boy.
I just got that. And I don't know. Even the crowd
said, hanging fruit.
Even the crowd said you can have that. Like,
that's where you make then MJF's gonna fall into like tweener heelish, and it's not good for him.
See that, but this is
the crowd chanting tiny dick, though.
I think MJF's lost his edge, or unless they're trying to intentionally do it this way, if he can't cut this anymore.
If you guys are just tuning in, we got Samoa Joe cutting and MJF cutting a promo on each other. What did he just say? Especially coming from a guy who postponed because of a lack of self to work with right. What?
I don't know. I missed what he said.
Oh, lack of self-esteem to work. But now Joe's getting booed.
All these Midwest mouth breathers. That's your heel move.
So Joe, see, that's where Joe's a pro and knows how to pull the fans in. They're cheering for me. I got to say something insulting.
Right. What is your problem, kid?
Keep calling him kid. I love it. This is good for MJF, especially when he goes over.
Is this his babyface turn moment?
No, he was there, man. I mean, he's fucking
Oh, I know,
kangaroo.
but I'm saying
Come
it's
on,
cemented
bro.
in stone.
How much more
He's now a
babyface?
baby face at this point.
He was
No.
kangaroo kicking. Is that not the peak of
You
babyface?
still think though, but it's his first thing. It's his first thing not involving Cole. So you anticipate a turn or somebody's to turn somewhere with Cole. I think this is one of those.
It's a continuation for me.
It's the continuation. That's the thing. It's the continuation.
Yeah, I would agree. It's not turning it up. I think he's already there. When you start hugging your best friend,
I wasn't saying turn it up. I was saying cementing it.
Yeah, I mean it again. Yeah, I could say that. I'd give you that. It's kind of doubling down. Like, yeah, we're all in on this. Yeah, all in. Hey. I'm liking the segment between MJF and Joe.
And if anyone knows what I was like as a kid, it's you, isn't it, Joe? What the fuck? Story time with MJF.
When I was 19 years old. Oh, we're talking about the WWE again, folks, and can't keep it out of their mouth.
Stopwatches to 0.0. How long does this go?
Who do you think the best overall wrestler is in AEW?
Oh, fuck.
Is it MJF or is it Daniel Bryan?
Currently? Currently,
we're talking about William Regal.
It's MJF.
I like it.
I mean,
you
the
give
scarf
it to MJF?
gave it away a little bit, but I think Daniel Bryan is the best comparison you can make to that. Maybe Joe as well. I think those are guys that if you were starting your company, you're not drafting them first. You may do that if you have like the third, fourth, or fifth pick or whatever.
Yeah, the crowd's chanting he fucked up to the fact that Joe blew him off.
No, the man was trying to get out in front of Joe, and he just said, "No, kid, you can have that. You're a jobber."
Oh, I sent William Regal packing back to NXT where he belongs. Now it's your turn. I don't know. I find it interesting. The snowflake fans come to the defense.
I don't know. Would you really exactly say that it's a threat to send Samoa Joe to NXT right now?
Please send him back.
Please.
MJF is the best heel in the business.
But he's not a heel.
He's not a heel.
Yeah, we've crossed that bridge.
Yeah, he doesn't get as much heat as Christian. He doesn't get as much heat as Don Callis. He doesn't get as much heat as Dominic Mysterio.
Jinx, you owe me a Coke. Or wait, no, you owe me a Pepsi.
What's that? You owe me a Pepsi. Yeah, right.
We said it at the same time, and then I said the Jinx and said you owe me a Coke, and then no, you owe me a Pepsi.
Please talk in segments. Take up way too much time. Do you find it's going a bit long now?
I feel like they don't a bit, but this tells me that we're getting this sooner rather than later if we're taking this much time for it.
I'm a scumbag. I'm your scumbag, Big Pop.
I'm a dude. She's a dude. We're all dudes. Hey, I'm a dude. What?
I'm sorry, I just had a thought. Whoever said MJF is the best heel in the business, AB, you are technically right. It's just he's currently not doing what he's best at. I will preface with that. He could be the best heel in the business, but he's doing really well as a babyface.
I would say he could be the best pro wrestler in the business.
He could be. The boy is full grown.
Is it so good? It is really good. Know that like this whole thing that was just that they're spinning it so much into like it was the biggest slight of MJF's life of you pushed me behind you. The people's scumbag. If you smell, la, la, la.
That was really good. Maxwell delivering some fire. Big MJF chance.
MJF. A shout out to the dude in the cornet shirt right dead center of them on the hard cam. So, Joey.
I like this because they're both so sarcastic.
It's like watching two fucking mob bosses sit there and talk because there's so much like subtext that you have to really get.
Yeah.
That everything seems super nice and kind of halfway cordial, but at the same time, there is MJ. Oh,
the guy with the scarf.
Well, I wasn't sure which one he was going to. My bad.
Oh, it's adorable. Yo, they're gonna fight title for title, and MJF will have another belt.
Oh, he's gonna just become like fucking Kenny the belt collector,
right? I love this question. Y'all think WWE messed up, not signing MJF? Nah, that's looking backwards. That's 2020 vision, right? When at the time, if he didn't have it, he didn't have it, right? And when you do have a shit ton of talent to look at, I don't know what he was like back then. You know, it took him time to get where he was going. So, yeah, it's easy to say, oh, they fucked up, but
Tom Brady was drafted in the 6th round. So
ding.
You can have that. That ain't even what I'm mad at.
Did he just slap him?
Well, because Joe's, he's like, I didn't do that because I thought we were a kid, all that. He's like, because I thought you were a bitch.
Oh, Joe's going to the tournament, homie.
Told you.
I'm not going to take your bait. I'm going to go through the tournament.
Told you.
So you have Roddy, Adam, and Joe.
Adam's in it?
I believe so, yes. Oh, he kicked the rope. MJF down.
Low blow. Joe's stomping him out right now.
Now, does that scarf have voodoo powers? Or can you feel it when he gets stomped?
I mean, my neck is a bit sore and everything like that. It's kind of been.
Oh, revenge. We got 2 sets of purple balls.
Right, double low blow. As he's biting him. Now see when he's biting Samoa Joe's forehead, I don't taste that in my mouth. Pause.
Dude, big pop for the Hogan moment. Uranagi
comes crashing down. And it hurts
crashing down, all right. That was well timed.
Oh, as Joe just said, Uranagi this.
Yeah, that was well timed. It all comes crashing down indeed.
Right.
Here comes Cole. Cole to save the day.
That's going to be your first round matchup. Is going to be Cole versus Samoa Joe. If they're both in the tournament, it's going to be Cole versus MJF.
That's a terrible decision.
Or Cole versus Samoa Joe.
That's a terrible decision.
Second round. Well, second round at least. Actually,
you don't look so good.
Well, would you do it to where you have Roddy and Cole, the winner of that faces Joe in the finals?
Yeah, maybe something like that.
Is that the best way you could book this now? If you've got those 3 involved,
and yeah, you're going to be right. You have to get the payoff, so Joe's got to get there, right? Joe makes sense now. Cole, I thought Cole was going to win it, but Roddy could cost Cole. MJF fights with Samoa, and then Cole fights Roddy. That makes sense?
I don't. Wow.
Selling that neck again.
Well, and like really bad, which we had the S word about 17 times in a row.
Charles has a very valid point here.
Little bit.
Overkill.
And I think, I'm telling you right now, we're going to get it involved. Oh, we got Joe coming back out.
What the hell?
I'm going to tear you to pieces next time you get in front of me, bitch.
It's like you got back to girl and they're like, go say the line.
Well, he's like, you missed your phrase. You missed the line. Say the line, Joe. Say the line. But I'm telling you,
Roddy,
especially
MJF
with it
versus
being
Cole.
his neck, the muscle buster is going to be the payoff or be
Right.
involved as the big spot between him and Joe.
Right. Larry, I don't know exactly like MJF Cole or like as a tag team thing. That'd be cute.
Oh,
Yeah.
no. Roddy would be with the Kingdom. You'd have a 3-on-2 match, if anything.
What? Well, they haven't like.
And then Joe shows up and mucks it up.
It should have been the Kingdom at All Out, not the Dark Order.
Yeah.
Adam! Where's Luna?
Stella!
Adam!
Is that literally his fucking
You don't care about my
I thought he would have be coming out with a microphone. Like, is that his just goddamn entrance?
That's his entrance music.
Motherfucker, I took however many weeks off, and this man's literally his entrance music is just is playing with Stella.
You don't care about my neck. Sweet Tooth. You know, it's funny. I was watching Twisted Metal earlier today.
I have yet to watch it.
It's all right. But Joe's good in it. I mean, for what it is.
Oh, absolutely. I heard it was pretty good. I just haven't watched it.
Chair, that's a wonderful question. I mean, they cry a lot and about dumb shit. Up next, ladies and gentlemen.
And when you thought that we were going to have the split up at All In, instead, this is going to go on till what? However long at this point.
Yeah, but see, this is where you lose your continuity of storytelling, right? Because you had this nucleus of a story that you could have followed with, you know, Roddy, Cole, MJF, and now Joe accidentally gets involved, and now that kind of pulls your attention over to Joe, but you still haven't resolved things over here. So now you got two stories going, and it really.
Do you think that it's more of just they had a endpoint with it, and then it got over too well, and they're like, well, shit, we can't pull the trigger now. So how do we keep going with this?
That first tournament they were in, I think that's what the plan was they were going to break up in that tournament, and
right.
They got over like fuck. So Tony,
yeah. Well, we got the default creator wrestler in the house.
What's up, generic white guy?
Here comes the simps. Oh, Roddy Strong. Oh, well, generic white guy Strong. Don't worry.
All right.
Roderick Strong for the win. Roderick Strong versus Trent Beretta. Yes.
Yeah,
what about me? What about Taven?
I like that.
That's good.
A good one. The Kingdom, I don't know what we're doing with the Kingdom. Roddy's going to win tonight over Trent, though. Can you imagine he didn't?
Fuck.
He would.
But is that just one of those of you kind of can't deny that it gets a little disbelievable and everything like that? When the guy in a fucking neck brace wins the match over the 100% healthy, fully ready to go competitor.
Yeah. Will he do it in the neck brace is the question, which makes it even more insulting.
I am still halfway laugh at the fucking neck strong shirt.
Right. Strong for the win, Steve G. I believe my buddy's going to go take a pause for the cause, stretch his legs out.
Okay.
No, that's what I thought you said. Nick. Well,
I wasn't sure if you were going. Do we need to Rochambeau for this?
No. Get going.
Okay.
Nick's taking a pause for the cause. We're rolling through another commercial break, folks. And again, make sure you like and subscribe. We're back tomorrow. Luna Havoc will be in the house. We may actually have a little surprise up our sleeve as well, but we got more coming your way. We will have Impact. We will have a triple header on Friday. We got Impact 1000. We got Collision. How do you guys feel about Collision now? Are you curious to see how they do? Are you worried it's going to get booked very similar to Dynamite? It had created its own identity. Do you fear they're going to lose that identity? I'm curious. Took the brace off already. Did they? I thought he was still wearing it on the way out. Had no Brody notice how Gable stole from Peter Avalon. Oh, come on, Easy Bake. Nobody even noticed Peter Avalon. And here comes Trent with Chucky T. Oh, he pulled it off? Okay, lazy booking. Thank you. I was not privy to that. I'm hoping he throws off the neck bracelet in the beginning of the match. No, it's gone. It's gone. It's gone. So yeah, I kind of thought the guy's been wearing the neck brace for so many weeks. There would be a moment. Big Nick, can you hear me? Am I still glitching? Yeah, I saw the bubble pop up. Hopefully, I corrected, folks. The little alien from Toy Story. Pretty much. The fuck was that? Roddy for the win. Dun, dun, dun. Not crying, just stating facts. I'm a Braves and Angels fan. There you go. Thank you, Victor. Curious it will change. Yeah, I'm also curious, and I love the idea of Daniel Bryan having a hand in it, but I'm interested. Will it have any restraint? Will it just feel like Rampage and Dynamite? Will we lose that identity because we lost Punk? And a lot of us saw the reports this week or the last couple days where Tony Khan makes the announcement about firing Punk, and what, half the audience ends up going home? Oh, 100,000 people went home initially right after it. I mean, that is interesting, and that to me can't be ignored. I know a lot of people don't want to hear it, don't want to see it, but people are like, "Oh, you fired him? Toodles," and that's it. So again, you got NXT chomping at your heels. NXT's doing better than your. Oh, it's on Saturday, but you didn't care when you booked it, so I don't care when I talk about it. You got to pull up your socks. Thank you, Mega. Is Danhausen done with AEW? I don't know. He got hurt. But again, should Danhausen be done with AEW? There's a good question. I don't much care. I mean, he doesn't really add much for my value. Wow, nice move. The one thing about Collision I'm worried about is Ricky Starks, man. This is like his second chance after the disaster start and stop with Jericho. JV, very good point. Love the avatar, by the way. But yeah, I'm really worried. And you heard Ricky say it. And I believe it was definitely definitely had a good element of shoot. I really feel like Ricky was hurt, upset, bummed out. And I think that's what a lot of the fans felt. And I know there's a little bit of infighting about who's right and who's wrong. At the end of the day, it had to happen. And at the end of the day, TK let it happen. And it's unfortunate. But right now, we got Roddy all over Trent. I really, really feel like we could have used the Kingdom a little bit better, but that's just me. And I like Trent Beretta. I think Trent should have turned heel a year ago. OPC Orange Pulp Cassidy. There you go. Who do you think will challenge Saraya for the AEW Women's Championship? I think it's going to be Tony. I think Tony should have won at All Out or All In. Tony Storm, to me, was the best woman in that match. She's the most talented. To me, she's the most over in what she's doing. And Saraya got it for sentimental reasons. Saraya hasn't shown that she can really wrestle since she's returned, in my humble opinion. What would Alan say? What's up, Alan? How you doing? How you doing? I think all wrestling, fucking, and stop it. All good. Like, way to intelligently prove your point. Thank you, guy. Again, you maybe clicked on the wrong thing. The portal aisle's that way, big guy. I'm sure I'm glitching, which is great. It's okay. I see Rick in NXT, but Ricky Starks would do nothing but benefit from developmental. Nothing but benefit. Dun, dun, dun. Still waiting. Buffering. Thank you. Dun dun dun. Kayfabe it, but what's the reason the referee should go outside the ring? None. Yo. Dude. All right, we'll get Big Nick back here in a second. I seem to have hit a snag. Thank you.
Yes, you're gonna go take your pause for the cause here and go and fix your stuff. But how we doing? As I've got picture in picture, and I need to turn off my air conditioner. Right now, as I've got picture in picture right now, as Roddy with the kind of drape up, kind of I don't know exactly. It's like when you're going for a pop over there on the bottom rope there. Sorry. Picture in picture right now. Yes. Good now, KJ. Yeah, because he's taking a pause, so we can go and fix it. Really excited for Nick versus Darby. When am I taking on Darby? Why are you telling me I'm taking on Darby? So much potential in the ring story-wise. I'm hoping Nick wins. I hope I win too. Because I really want a Darby heel turn. I think it'll be very interesting. That'd be, if you do a Darby heel turn, does he not then get involved with Sting, and that Sting's retirement match is babyface Sting versus heel Darby here? Sorry, as I'm still in picture, but I saw this. Yeah, did you switch to CJ's Wi-Fi? Man, it's got that McDonald's Wi-Fi now. Yeah, you just set him as well. They're wide. Yeah. Larry said he's got picture in picture. Yes, as I do as well. As I've also got pizza commercial right now, making me hungry as hell here. As we've got the best friends on the outside there, or at least Chucky T for Trent Beretta, as we've got the Kingdom on the outside there for Roderick Strong. But give me your predictions if you haven't done so already. Roddy very much not wrestling with the neck brace, so apparently the neck injury is not as severe as he's selling. He's Vince McMahoning the neck injury. But I think especially if Joe... I still question if Cole is involved in this tournament or not. If he's involved, then obviously Roddy wins. If he's not, then I could see maybe to where Trent wins. But either way, Joe is going to the finals. Joe's winning this. Let's be honest with that. As I've got Trent right now just with belly-to-back suplexes. Easy big. That's been the plan with Sting and Darby from the start. One would hope. Rather have that one than this heat. Yeah, my guy. Don't worry. Well, at least if you're in the Northeast U.S. like I am, this weekend's about to just be cool. And we all got a taste of that, first autumn air, which, by the way, fall time is the best time. Sorry, I've always lived in the Northeast, so it's always the best time. Yeah, we got a tease of it, and then we're getting, the nice Indian summer popping up here. Cool story, Steve. Cool story. You got to give him the thumbs up there, like Orange Cassidy. I don't know what Steve said. Roderick Strong for the win. What do you do of this Roddy story? What I would have done is what I know KJ and I have talked about as, Roddy with a two count is instead of the Dark Order, you have it to where they're facing the Kingdom, and that's where you maybe pay that off a bit, or at least add some legs to this, give this some depth, give this a little bit of staying power. You have this, you add something to it rather than you just have a random match to where it's them versus the Dark Order. I mean, I guess if you're going to have MJF and Cole win, but you still could have them win, and it almost means more if they win versus over the Kingdom instead of just randomly the Dark Order. As I've got both men on the top turnbuckle here, I feel like Roderick Strong has just kept his neck brace since the Diamond Mine in NXT. Maybe just a little. And surprisingly, the Diamond Mine still exists. Surprisingly, as we were just watching NXT last night. MJF made this show tonight. Rest of the show boring so far. 27 tears old, Vlad. And MJF already top 5 best on the mic. Ever is a bit aggressive. I would say currently has Trent with a 2 count. I don't know about ever. It gets really murky when you start going into ever lists, especially when it comes to pro wrestling, because that's the greatest thing about pro wrestling is about 95% of it's subjective. Let's be honest. But of all time, I wouldn't really, maybe top 10. I'd have to really think about it. And currently, Roddy gets the foot on the rope on a 2 count. Right now, he's definitely top 5, if not maybe top 3. Easily. Joe is the show, says Larry. Well, that whole segment right now has been the main thing that everybody was tuning into. That's been the best thing so far on the show. That's been the big draw. That's been the big attraction. That's been the big thing that everyone's been talking about outside of the fact that CM Punk got fired. No one, outside of a bit of the strap match, no one was talking about anything outside of All Out except for the fact of MJF and Samoa Joe getting into it a bit. Big knee. Roddy with, backbreaker from Roddy for the 3 count. So Roderick Strong picks up the win. Am I wrong in thinking that was the vertebraker, or am I misremembering moves? I don't want to go full. And we eventually got to go put the neck brace back on. Just, be certain there. Be certain. Be safe. Be safe. Always wear protection, kids. I think Miz is better on the mic than MJF, but MJF is really good on the mic, in my opinion. I disagree with that. I would put Miz's. So we've got Darby versus Nick Wayne, Roddy versus Trent. Roddy just won. We've got Penta versus Jay Lethal, Samoa Joe versus Jeff Hardy. So no Adam Cole. So outside of this bracket, Samoa Joe wins that side. So we're either going to get Darby versus Samoa Joe, or we're going to get Roddy versus Samoa Joe. I think one side of this bracket is very much weighed a bit heavier than the other. I will say that with having, Penta, Jeff Hardy, Samoa Joe, etc. But yeah, I think that's, if we're splitting the bracket up that way, that's where we're going to do it. Am I the only one that I get what she's doing? Tony is with this whole Marilyn Monroe kind of gimmick, which, by the way, we've got her and Renee Moxley good backstage right now. Am I the only one, though, that just it halfway feels a little like awkward? Like in the ring, she's way better than this whole shtick on the microphone. Just to me feels awkward, forced, like it's watching someone do a performance at your local fucking musical theater center, starring in the story of Marilyn Monroe is Tony Storm out here. I get it. Yeah, I may just be on the island here, but I'm really, like I said, in ring's an entirely different story. On the mic, I don't know. Cracks me up. The crazy, I love it. Fire. So apparently I'm on the island here. Tony is fire. You can have that. That ain't even what I'm mad at. Who throws a shoe? Honestly, who throws a shoe? It's so forced and so over the top to me, though. Speaking of over the top.
Yeah, no, you're completely off
with the arm wrestling.
Yeah, my guy, I hate to tell you, but you're completely off. The Tony Storm is the most interesting talent they have in the women's division. She is their best talent all around. There's not even who right now is even close to what she's doing. What she's doing is great. I think it's a perfect
her on
gimmick.
mic work is that good right now? That
it's solid right now. Like what she's doing with this over the top British posh. I got this snotty attitude. It's amazing. Amazing. Who competes with
Right,
her?
and I'll admit that maybe it's just ain't for me. I may not like it, and that's fine.
Yeah, I don't think it's supposed to be over the top. So
Right, but no, like I said, I'll admit that I don't like that part. In ring, phenomenal. She was the spotlight of the Fatal 4-Way, so I'll give her that 100%. Like you said earlier, she's the one who probably could have, should have, would have won that match.
yeah.
It's just on the mic. I'm like, just get to the fucking ring. Just go do that. Go do what you're good at. So I'll halfway.
No, I think this character, unique character, like
Right,
AEW lacks character. They have a lot of people they just send out to the ring.
I'm not hating on it. I'm just
Yeah,
saying
you are.
it's not my no, I'm just saying it's not my taste.
I don't know what your taste is then. Like I don't
Right,
know what
but
you
I'm
want.
saying you can have that. I'm saying
So who would you push instead of Tony Storm?
no, I'm just saying I'm not mad at it. I don't mind, like I'm not overly upset by it. I just am not blown away by it.
Okay.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, Tony's doing some amazing character work. Thank you, C Money.
I think she is in the ring.
No, see, Steve G's with you. Doesn't like her.
I don't mind her in the ring. You're taking it as like, oh, I just hate her fucking character.
No, not at all. I'm saying Steve G agreed with you. He doesn't find her interesting. You do not find her interesting. That's okay.
I find her interesting in the ring. I don't find her interesting on the microphone.
Yeah, no, that's where I mean I agreed more with C Money as far as what character work, being crazy, being eccentric and snotty. It's working really well for her, and I don't think anyone else in the women division right now has any type of character close to her.
That's fine. I'm gonna go be snotty and I'm gonna go find my character.
Okay, I can get behind the Tony Storm character, KJ and Nick. There you go. There you go. Miz better than MJF on the mic. Miz don't have to speak before he getting booed. Better is again. That one's a tough. That's a tough one as far as saying better. I mean, Miz is really good. MJF is really good. When MJF is spitting fire, he's almost second to none. He really is up there right now. But Miz, longevity, smoothness, like. Again, I think MJF, like tonight, went after the fact that Joe was chubby and he has a small dick. Again, low-hanging fruit, maybe not hanging enough, but yeah, it's a struggle. Lost a wrestler, great today. Yes, the Sheik, Adnan, Cassidy, Chambers, completely agree. Very sad to hear this. 84 years old, maybe not as known as some of the others we've lost as of recent, but yeah, 84 years old, great life, and T's and P's to the entire family. Unlike MJF, has to speak before people boo. But here's Hangman. Next best is Athena. Yeah, Cherry, you might be right. Like, Britt has fallen off. I don't get anything from Britt anymore. Jamie Hayter is good in the ring, can't really cut a promo or hasn't really cut a promo. Stats, great. Stats in the conversation, but we haven't got a lot of her character, just that she's pretty badass in the ring. Ruby's been lost in the shuffle. Soraya struggles. I mean, the women division, again, they could use a Sasha Banks. There you go. Victor happy about some cowboy shit. Picking Hangman as Takashka's next target. Oh, no. Whose house? We got someone else coming out to have a talk with Hangman. You want more things for the women's to do in AEW. Tony is trying something. Give her that. Bonkers, I'm with you, buddy. I mean, at least it's a character. It's not just another person in the fold. I really like what she's been able to accomplish. It separated her from the other two in the group. And even when she got questioned about it, she's like, I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. So, yeah, I mean, I'll give you that, buddy. I kind of agree. Miz speaks a lot of the truth. Ask Brian. Ask Knight. Yeah, I mean, that's part of the shtick with Miz, is that realism, right? It's not so much name calling as it is digging at your flaws, digging at your insecurities, saying the shit that a lot of other people have said. Hangman always looks sad and depressed. True story. Speaking of people that struggle with the mic. But Nana's got the microphone telling Tony to take a walk. Swerve and Hangman intrigues me, though. It's a step up for Swerve based on AEW. And I think Swerve and Adam Page could probably give us a good go. Oh, he's been in a coffin for a couple weeks. Larry, yes, Miz is good on the mic. There you go. Yeah, surprising, Victor. We're going to get cowboy shit up against some swag. Steve TV. I miss Sunny Kiss. Are you being funny? Do we really miss Sunny Kiss? When was the last time we saw Sunny Kiss? You've missed him for a long while. My sleepers are Ali and the Bunny. Anna Jay's got a lot to offer. I think she should spend more time with Jungle Boy if we ever see him again, which I imagine we will. Ali can, the Bunny can go for sure. Yeah, interesting. I kind of like that. They don't get utilized enough, right? Every once in a while they'll be in a hardcore match, and that's about it. Made a comment earlier. MJF, 27 years old, only best top 5 on the mic. CM Punk, Ric Flair, Rock, Triple H, Miz, cries and lies, truth. You're missing out. Like, I mean, in history, you're missing out the Dusties. You're missing out the Austins. You're missing out even an Angle could talk his ass off. You're missing a lot of big talkers in there. And I mean, some would argue John Cena. Swerve versus Hangman, not bad. It's interesting. Poor Swerve has been reduced to a resident jobber. Question: who has it worse, Swerve or Hit Row? Hit Row. We don't see Hit Row. Swerve basically saying you don't have anything. You don't have title matches. You don't have anything. Smooth has been mentioned, and I think my Wi-Fi still having some issues here, but hopefully you guys can hear me. I agree, Richard. I do. Ooh, do I got to pick one, Keyshawn? I'd say WCW. Maybe TNA. You're not, Larry. That's very interesting. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. You're not off base. All right, I think I'm back up. This is good promo. There you go. Trying to amp up.
Speaking of a good promo.
There you go. Cowboy shit.
Right.
What shit?
Cowgirl shit. I'm going to take this slot because you don't want it.
Right.
I'm going to turn this into whose house? Swerve's house.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised it's Swerve, but Hangman hasn't done shit. Swerve's not
I think
wrong.
it'll be a hell of a match because that's the thing is we know that Swerve's going to put on a fucking show. No matter he's one of those guys that could be in there with a fucking broomstick and have a good match.
Yep. Swerve wanting Paige's spot makes good feud. Yes. Two men mad at each other that want the same. I want to be the top guy. You want to be a top guy. There's ego. It's not that you broke my heart because we were friends. I like it, Nick.
Oh, absolutely. It's the first kind of halfway serious feud that they've done.
Mm-hmm.
I want your spot, so guess what? I'm going to beat your ass and I'm going to take it.
Whoa, sorry. Swerve just shooting at Hangman that his wife and kid are going to see you walk away from more responsibilities. There he is. There he is.
And he takes the tractor another round. Smooth out here. Just let me know that I don't have
Brian Cage. Let me know when you get Brian
Cage. I just got that spot. I got the quote there.
There you go.
I'll let you know when I get Cage. I got Page stomping back. Here it comes. Here it comes. Fucking hit him with a fucking buckshot layer. Your fucking finisher move, you fuck. I've got Cage with a powerbomb right now on Hangman.
There you go.
Since your partner's back, because I don't have a name. What does he think? I think I work with Kevin Owens.
Your name's on the screen.
Right, but he didn't tell me my name. I'm going to go Roman Reigns. If you're going to be Kevin Owens, I'm going to be Roman Reigns. Acknowledge me.
Wait, since your partner is back, what do you think? Your partner
What
looks
does he
exactly
think?
Like
your partner looks exactly like Kevin Owens.
Your partner. There's, follow the dots on that one.
Yeah, follow the bouncing smiley face emoji.
Finally a story. Yeah, I'm good with it. This works.
Absolutely, this works. And do you kind of like the idea of Cage is just Swerve's heavy?
Yep.
He's the goon that you got to get past to get to Swerve.
Yeah, I think so, and I think it works well. Right now, we'll get Cage versus Page, and then we'll see what happens.
Fair enough.
Oh, Rampage, Jeff Hardy versus Samoa Joe.
Yeah, which you were on your fixing your Wi-Fi shit. So Adam Cole, no in here.
No Adam Cole, but we do get
Penta versus Jay Lethal, the fucking match of the century, folks.
Well, that's why this question made me laugh. Where was it? Favorite version of Jeff Jarrett, WCW, TNA, or AEW?
How about unemployed?
How about no? You crazy
How about no? You crazy Keyshawn bastard. Can I book? That's Tony Khan. Can I get booked on or that's Jeff Jarrett? Can I get booked on a show? It's kind of my thing, you know. Can I hit him with a guitar?
Do you feel that Swerve is in the Karrion Kross spot?
No.
Great wrestler, good talker, but is used to help others get over.
A little bit, actually. Now that you say that, a little bit.
A little bit. I would love to see him be taken seriously and used.
I would have liked to see a payoff to him and Keith Lee.
I feel like Roderick Strong has taken on like Dan the Dad as his new gimmick.
Don't say that too loud. The DWO will come for us.
Right, shout out.
Right. But yeah, so on Collision, we're gonna get the winners facing each other.
You know what's funny? They advertised we'll hear from 4 people in one match.
They're flying through their shit fast enough that if you're not Excalibur, like
Excalibur slowly becoming. Oh wait, next week why another 4-way eliminator match?
Literally all they did was take Saraya out and put Nyla Rose in there.
Yeah.
And also we're gonna get Hangman Adam Page versus Brian Cage.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting.
They've advertised his masterpiece.
They have advertised a lot of segments and promos, Nick.
They've advertised a fuck ton. Literally, we're all the way into we're advertising what's gonna the half the card or full the card or the full card for next week as well. On top of Friday, on top of Saturday, we're already knowing what's gonna happen on Wednesday.
Yeah. I'm gonna be really curious to see what the ratings kind of trended like on this show tonight. Because we're main eventing with Darby and Nick Wayne. That's interesting to me. And I like them both, but it's an interesting main event on your big show.
You started with probably, honestly, your hottest segment your hottest starting segment with OC, and then it turns into Moxley versus AR. And then with that title, you built it up. It was the main event of All Out. And that's how you turn around and follow up on a Wednesday night with it, is it kicks off your show. Your biggest segment tonight clearly was MJF and Samoa Joe. But
yeah, it was kind of the big thing of tonight.
Well, you saw it go up, and then you've seen it go down.
Your other partner, I don't have another partner. I'm committed to this partner. I'll be honest.
What?
Blackbeard Sheamus.
I don't know. You can have that.
Penta versus Lethal sounds pretty good match. Yeah, if Lethal wasn't hanging around with the Jeff Jarrett clowns, it would be even better.
Well, so he can sit there and do his Ric Flair impression and everything, and woo, woo. Or he can be Black Machismo too. He can just do a good job at impersonating other wrestlers.
But Jay can go. I mean, you can get him in that ring.
Jay could go.
Yeah,
he could. I don't know if he can anymore.
That's valid. We haven't seen it. To me,
we haven't seen it for a hot minute.
Jay Lethal, Jeff Jarrett, there's a few of them. It feels like there's a long list of guys that are just happy to collect the weekly paycheck as the two guys are hugging and shaking off.
What is the AEW roster for 1,000, Alex?
My guy. Who's in the main event? Nick Wayne and Darby Allin.
And yeah, Tony Hawk versus Green Power Ranger.
Right. Darby for the win. Yeah, I got Darby. I can't imagine Nick Wayne winning this. I don't know how it would make sense.
Fair enough. Apparently, we need to watch out because Larry's apparently on Troll Brigade.
We got Troll Circus.
And the swamp. I don't know.
Bring him on.
Again,
right?
You can
get
have
out of
that.
my swamp.
Not even what I'm mad at.
Right.
We're like fuck. I was trying to like with Gizmo and the trolls and everything like that. But this is dating us like a song bitch and everything like that. But you can turn them back into the Mogwars and everything like that. You can turn them out of the trolls. That's what we do here.
The Young Bucks are in action against Coke and Diet Coke. Is that on Saturday? How fucking weird is that? That we all know what Saturday was, and now is that really going to be a thing? Like, how much of a fuck you to the guy that should have launched?
Yeah, well, it's a teabaggery. That is
teabaggery.
At this point, we should just call them Coke and Pepsi because that's what this is going to feel like.
Smooth in, smooth out. No Miro and Turney. No, Miro doesn't get no love. But his wife came back, but she's not signed, by the way. She just happened to be there. And he was
no, 100%. She's on a handshake and a hot dog deal. Pause. Unintentionally, I said that the wrong way.
Right. Sergio, our friend Sergio, comes back with his pleas to not watch WWE. But we watch all the wrestling, Sergio. We watch it all. And if you don't want to hear it,
telling me no. But my body.
Keyshawn, you forgot WWE and Global Force. True facts, Bash 8.
Or Jarrett.
Nobody counts Global Force.
Yeah. Nobody expects the Global Force Inquisition. Nobody.
There you go. Oh, it's on Rampage, so I will calm down a little bit. For now.
So it's on the show no one's going to watch.
Yeah. Collision is officially Dynamite Light. Shake my head. You hear in a couple weeks. I think it's like mid-October. No. Or maybe late September. But anyway, coming up, we are going to get a Collision on a Friday. Head-to-head with SmackDown.
And its own Rampage?
And Rampage will follow.
Oh, no. Why'd I have to ask? No, you don't do Rampage. No one cares about Rampage.
Right?
I don't need Rampage.
Right.
But
AB
no,
said,
it's really going to be interesting at this point to see whether it still retains any bit of its audience, whether Punk was really the sell on that, whether his vision just goes asunder. And it's going to be Collision is now almost can't miss because you don't know whether it's going to try and take off or it's going to fucking crash. If they make that one of its biggest shows, just now because of we fired Punk, and so we can't say he made it over. We can say we made it over.
Right. I agree, man. Do you feel that Santana and Ortiz was just brought in for Dynamite Pop and an all-in match? I think they're going to give a little bit of a push to Mike Santana. I don't know what the fuck they're going to do with Ortiz. They're clearly not a team.
I don't even know if they're clearly talented, so I don't know what they're going to do with that.
Yeah, valid. No trolls allowed in the swamp.
Okie
dokie. If TNA and Ring of Honor had a baby, AEW. I like it, Easy Bake.
We got Simone, Nick Cost Darby next week. Smooth just letting us know. Just for fun, guys, I meant partners as both of you's talking. What did you think we meant of partners?
Well, I got you
with your dirty mind.
We are quite creative in our answering. So thank you.
Yeah, but no, 100%. What did you think,
Roll
there,
with the
Mr.
punches.
Smooth? Again, the comments are very good. Trust me, a lot of respect. You know how you tell you that you did a good comment when you have to tell us that you did a good comment.
But yes, that's why I pointed out that I was very committed to my partner.
When to become one.
Right. I got you, babe.
Bro, I already started this off with calling you bro chacho and everything, 100%. It's guy love. That's all it is.
Nick cost Darby next week.
What? Why am I getting booked on AEW now? What did I do?
Larry, Roddy. He took his neck brace off, Luna.
Hey, he won tonight. We'll see how he lasts though versus Joe. Joe.
Swerve versus Page should bang. I agree.
Pause.
Joe versus Strong final, I'm guessing. Yeah.
Perhaps.
Maybe. Darby might be in there though.
Well, that's the thing is I think one side of the bracket is clearly Samoa and Joseph is winning that side. Okay. The other side, a little contested. I think it's more because we know it's going to be who shows up and then loses to Joe.
Right.
And a babyface Darby versus a heel Samoa Joe might be a bit better than a heel Roderick Strong versus a heel Samoa Joe.
Valid. So how do we get out of it, though?
What do you mean, how do we get out of it?
Like, how would we... So how do we get out? Like, how do we avoid that matchup? Like, I mean,
So Darby beats Roddy in the quarterfinal or semifinal.
Is that how it's set up? Okay. So it's fair enough.
Yeah. And that's one side of the bracket. So right now, whoever wins this faces Roderick Strong on that side of the bracket. And then the winner of Jay Lethal and Penta faces the winner of Samoa and Joseph versus Jeff Hardy. That's the bracket.
So we got both men just hit a fist bump, and now they're exchanging blows.
Blows.
I don't like Punk, but it's sad what the AEW kids did to him. That's what I mean. That's what I'm saying.
I think he's kind of happy with it, though, at this point. If he could just go home, he can pet Larry, all of that.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm old, I'm tired, I work with fucking children. If you get told you don't have to work with children anymore, but you still get paid, I'm fine with that.
Yo, time out, Nick. So Darby grabs a mic and says, you hit like an 18-year-old. Hit me like you want to win.
And the crowd goes, meh.
Bucks are trash. They don't float my boat.
Fair enough.
What a super kick. Thrust kick. It's a super kick, you dick.
Yeah,
adjust your mask. You see properly.
This
Joe
is what. Don't wear one. Act like an adult.
Oh, here comes Christian, the daddy killer.
I like all the memes that are just going around of like, do you have you recently had a deceased father? I'm Christian K.
Well,
I'm
even
here to tell you your dad's dead.
he shows up for the media scrum and he's like, "How's everyone's dad doing today?"
But that's the thing is he plays it. This is just a fucking meme company. This is if the trolls owned wrestling.
They do.
Seriously. Well, no, you've said it best. And so many people don't talk about it, of the fact that Tony Khan has more money than God at this point. And if he doesn't, his father does. He doesn't have a bottom line that he has to meet outside of Warner Discovery. And cool. So I'll buy the fucking network if they won't put me on the network.
Fuck.
He has no bottom line that he needs to meet. He just gets to do whatever he wants. He's fucking Willy Wonka with the wrestling factory over here.
Yeah. And again, it doesn't matter if the ratings are up, down. It doesn't matter if he puts on an average all out and enough people tell him it was wonderful.
If there's 3 people online that says Tony Khan did a good job, he won today.
Yeah. And that's where it's hard as a fan because, like you said, usually the motivation is, financial success. We've always seen Vince trying to make his company bigger and bigger and bigger. And that was the payoff of being successful. Tony doesn't give a fuck. He will have the same 800,000 people from now till 2030 and not give 2 fucks.
I was going to say, well, if I can do the segue into tossing to our own content and everything, since we had Miss Luna Havoc in the chat and everything like that, and is part of the team and everything like that. She's going through all of the WrestleManias, which we all know, if you've been a wrestling fan for a hot minute, you know it's where Vince pretty much put everything on the line of literally, if WrestleMania didn't succeed, Vince McMahon does not own, Vince McMahon, just not Vincent Kennedy McMahon owns WWE. So 100%, it was a nut up or shut up moment. Tony has never had that moment. As much as we think he does, no matter what, if he fails, they'll love it. If he wins, they'll think it's the greatest thing to ever happen in the history of the world.
Like you said, I think you said it very eloquently, my friend, when you explained Russo, Cornette, and Bischoff are on the same fucking page.
I was going to say, when you get those 3 people to where Jim Cornette has literally outwardly put it in his will and testament that if he passes, one of his last will and testament is that he's going to urinate and probably potentially defecate on the gravestone of Vincent Russo. And they're seeing eye to eye and shaking hands and, damn near kissing babies. Boy, I don't know how to tell you fucked up beyond that.
Right. Different people like different promotions. If you don't like a promotion, don't watch it. You really have no right to tell someone what to watch and not. Steve G, we are the wrestling utopia, and I could not agree with you more. That's why we created this channel. We were tired of tribalism. We wanted to shoot the shit and talk wrestling and give everybody an opinion. Now, Sergio just likes to get a rise. He's a bit of a
and I was going to say, a bit of a time Steve G's the one out here giving us sugar honey iced tea about WWE and everything,
right?
Like but I went back and watched it today because it came across my mind, and it seems so fitting for everything that's going on. Is the CM Punk tweet to where he's saying the parasocial relationship that a lot of wrestling fans have with wrestlers that they don't know, they'll never meet, anything like that. It is just gone too far. Go touch grass. Come back down to reality.
Like for the people who hate this man, and even for the people that hate the Bucks or hate somebody, why? What did they ever? You can dislike them, you cannot approve of them, but like this, like you said, becomes very toxic.
That's I was going to say there's a whole journalism team there on Wrestling Observer Network that very much fits that category, but that's neither here nor there. As we get a springboard cutter from Nick Wayne on the Derby.
Yes, Damian, this is going to be also interesting as we get October 8th. We get NXT and Dynamite. I mean, it'll be a fun night. And I am all for the competition. I want, if Tony's so ballsy and Mr. Brave, I told you, if he wants to prove something to me, he moved Wednesdays to Monday, and let's go. Let's see if you got what it takes.
No, that's what did in Impact.
I know.
Right, but well, then did you know of Easy Bake out here saying corny and shit stain agree? What the fuck am I in? The Twilight Zone? Yes.
Right?
Him
You got the trifecta of evil.
Yeah, you have the 3 horsemen of the wrestling apocalypse right now agreeing on AEW is fucking up.
Right. What's up, Kevin? How you doing? Welcome back. Hey, Nick, you said go touch grass, AstroTurf, or bush.
Depends on your access to either.
Whatever you get your hands on, my guy.
Oh, whatever floats your boat, my guy.
You might have to settle for whatever, but how much time will go over? It's already 10, probably 4 minutes.
Yeah, I'll probably run about that time.
Right. Another roll up, springboard, cross body. The match is picking up now, finally. I felt like this
and when you even have people like Keyshawn was saying about no way kids should be in the main event. 2 count. Oh, look, it's that Canadian destroyer that doesn't mean worth a fuck anymore in this company.
How much time? I got that one. He landed on his feet. AEW is better than WWE. In what? Give me a reason. Give me some facts.
Show me any statistical category to where AEW is better or even arguably competing with WWE at this point.
But that, I mean, again, and I don't want to knock down your flavor, Sergio, but I mean, right now in 2023, when I first started doing live streams, AEW was the hotter, better brand. It was booked better. It was moving better. And in 2023, WWE's, for my money, been more worth the money.
They started off a lot closer, and AEW has very much fallen back as WWE started to really fucking push their lead here.
Yeah.
Who won?
Darby won, as you would imagine. A very okay match.
Well, and they went so far 2 minutes over. That was the code red. Or fine.
It was a code red, yeah.
It's still getting close enough to Code Red, Canadian Destroyer, Pop Rocks. They're all in the same fucking ballpark. Sorry, I'm not Excalibur with it's the Tope Con. Who gives a shit over?
Right. 5-0 says Victor. AEW better. Not tonight. Tonight was not my fave. I'm kind of with
6
JB.
out of 10. Well, you even, like I said, you had people saying that this shouldn't be the main event. Not hating on the match, just this is the wrong place to have it here.
I just don't need it in the main event. I mean, I could do without it. Remember, folks, we will take a prediction out of 10 in the chat. Let us know how you felt about the show. 6 out of 10, crappy, lame Dynamite. I've seen a rerun special episodes that are better than today's Dynamite. When the Bucks took on Lucha Bros and Rampage was better today. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I just think 6 out of 10 is valid. I mean, it was very meh. Yeah, my favorite part of the whole show, Samoa Joe and MJF.
The show peaked, and then it just it peaked in the first hour, and then it was you can have that.
Yeah, AEW is must miss. I like it. That's not true. We never miss. 5 out of 10, only because of Joe and MJF. Fair enough.
We say, even though the wrestling may suck, we never do, but
facts. I got Darby and Joe in the final.
There possibly. You go.
4 out of 10. Boston not feeling it at all. 0 out of 10. No Trish.
I like C Money. C Money half the time makes jokes that you got to be here for a hot minute. They're fully gay. That he makes comments to pop us versus anyone else in the chat.
Darby advanced in a pointless tournament. He did.
Yep.
Congratulations. It was kind of felt pointless of the match. Like,
congratulations.
5 out of 10 says Vance. WWE is king. Probe me.
I don't want to probe you, sir. I will prove you. Not I won't probe you.
No,
I'll let ET and them probe you.
Yeah, we're
prove,
not aliens.
Not probe. There we go. Yeah.
There we go. Keyshawn says 3 out of 10. No Layla Gray. 5 out of 10. 3 out of 10, 6 out of 10.
Can I just say it's interesting that your predictive text went to probe instead of prove? What are you doing, my guy?
Right. Yankees win. AEW still sucks today. It was a good day.
I mean, I can't be mad.
Right.
If the Yankees won at this point, I don't even know if we're in the fucking playoffs or even contending for a fucking playoff spot at this point. I've given up all hope on the Yankees this year.
You should. It's a good choice.
The end is nigh. The end is nigh. Time to run away. The end is nigh.
6 out of 10. Bobby says 8. I feel it's a little aggressive. I'm really curious what made it an 8 for you, Bobby.
Right.
Does Statlander feel lost? She has no feud right now. No, I mean, again, because what we do is we have eliminator matches and tournaments. There's no rivals. Now, we saw Swerve.
I was gonna say we got amazed by that story.
Yeah, it was a story.
It's an actual, I want your spot. I'm coming for your spot. I'm going to take it instead of, well, I won my opportunity by beating, this and this in a fucking tournament. It's like, cool.
Oh, and I won the tournament because, or the Fatal 4-Way because it was in my hometown. And not that I deserved it or I earned it, but it's a really nice sentimental pop for everybody.
It's just looking at you, Sky Blue.
Right.
I mean, I'll still look at you behind, but still.
We're live. We're welcome, Resident Evil. We've been live. By the way, KJ, tomorrow, good luck. Thank you.
NFL season kicks off tomorrow. As Steve Bash has pointed out and everything like that. Yes, NFL season kicks off tomorrow. Let's go football.
Is that what that is?
I will bring out the America here. We've got the Detroit Lions taking on the Kansas City Chiefs, which is going to be interesting. Because does Travis Kelce play?
Right. Where is Sky Blue? Haven't seen her in a bit.
I haven't seen her since Sunday. It's only Wednesday.
She was here on Sunday. She got a big pop for her.
Right.
She was a cake pop. We had a Velocity match as a main event. Horrible. Easy Bake not feeling it. Chef is in the house. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? W Stream, have a good night. Pepsi got fired. Larry, it's true. See you Friday, Bobby says. 0 out of 10 says chair. JD is going to say the show has a lot of long-term booking. JD can
I'll let you have that one.
I'm not going to get too far into this one.
Fast and the Furious Dom Toretto car.
Listen, JD's found his way into saying some things I do agree with as far as this whole Punk thing goes. Still, again, I know who's a bigger mark is his partner, Jesse, who just cannot say anything bad about this company. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Nah, it sucks. Sometimes it just sucks. Sometimes it's shit. And we just gotta be honest.
It's weird because like the Alvarez there is worse than the fucking Meltzer.
Right.
No, I think JD is starting to come down to the church of Wrasslin over here of
right.
Actually, coming back down to reality.
Right. Jason's got a 6 out of 10. Richard also going 6 out of 10. I like Paige Swerve, MJF Joe, but the matches didn't excite me. Right there with you, my guy.
The segments did better than the matches tonight.
Yeah, for once. I mean, it was a very segment heavy show. But
I think it's gonna be going forward because I think that's what they do. And if it reminds you of WCW, don't say I didn't warn you.
Right. CM Punk critics. This man has spoke nothing but 100% about his time behind the scenes in WWE. What he says on the mic is always truthful, and I can relate to him in life issues. Listen, I can relate completely as well, Smooth. And sometimes when there's chaos around you, and again, it's easy to say, well, look, he's the common denominator, but sometimes people take advantage of that. And at the end of the day, I do think Punk said a lot of the truth. Problem solved. It's put to bed. But yeah, I mean, the crucifixion of CM Punk on AEW or from the hardcore AEW fan base is just disappointing. It just makes them seem unintelligent.
When you set someone up who's known to act emotional and act passionately in a situation to where they have no other choice but to act emotional and act passionately,
right?
That's what the fuck is going to happen.
Mm-hmm. All right, boys. There you go. We're getting the good night. So the stream is heading out. We are heading out. Yeah. gigantic, ridiculous. And listen, if anybody wants to try and convince me that, sorry.
No, you're good. Finish what you're saying. I was just clicking.
If anyone wants to try and convince me that CM Punk wasn't trying to make Collision great, that he wasn't showing up at Collision and really wanted to make that show matter, and he put a guy like Ricky Starks on his back and really put him over, then you're not paying attention. This is a guy that wanted it to work. He was just sick of the shit and saying, oh, this was a big plot. And he always, fuck off. It is complete and utter bullshit, and it ignores all the shit that got done to him to get him where he went. And I'm not excusing him. He had better choices, but I understand why a man loses his shit once in a while.
I'm going to just say this just because I want to see fucking the internet run wild with this a little bit. CM Punk just wanted to make AEW great again. Yeah. Well, no. First off, Keyshawn out here talking about your guy there that you were talking about.
Yeah, that's what I just answered. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Jeremy Hank showed up last minute. Well, Hanks for coming. That's not the only thing that is big from Sky Blue, if you know. KJ and Nick, let me see that thong. She had dumps like a truck. Guys like what?
But anyway, there you go. Hell yes about Punk. 9 out of 10. Chris, what are you smoking, my guy? Listen, I'm gonna give it 6 real panes of glass out of 10 terminations. It was an okay Dynamite. Yes, they were building some stories, but I didn't really much care for all of what they presented. Samoa Joe and MJF was the best part of the show. I will give Adam Page and Swerve credit. That worked for me. The main event was lackluster. I thought maybe they'd tear it down but it was slow, and then we get into these. It just didn't work for me.
I think the card was booked in reverse order, oddly enough, and I think we spent a lot of time talking about other shit and talking about the segments and everything like that versus anything that was going on in the ring. So
a rating.
Well, I had one, and then now it just slipped my mind. I'll give this 6.5 out of 10. I was going to try and come with a witty comeback, but it literally slipped my mind as I was talking about
it. With Joe and MJF segment, 5 out of 10 with 7 out of 10. I'll take your word for it, Larry. Larry feeling good on a Wednesday.
Well, no, he's saying that that segment alone.
He gets a 7 because of Joe and MJF. Okay, so I apparently I'm feeling good tonight.
I was gonna say, should I just say I'll give it 6.5? I'm scared for my life out of 10.
Right.
What the fuck, Nick Wayne done? What the fuck has Nick Wayne done to even get a shot at getting a title match? Because he's involved in the Darby story. That's what that whole side of the bracket is.
And that's, you know what? Again, I get that, but to the point here. Where is Wardlow? Where is Lance Archer? Where is
way to WWE?
Yeah, maybe. But where are a lot of the talent that we would love to see in this tournament? Malachi Black hasn't had a single match in 400 days. Plus 440 or something bullshit. Like, are you kidding me? Malachi Black. You never let him have a singles match. And he's not even in the trios that have belts anymore.
Well, maybe we'll get it now.
Yeah, maybe.
But he is somebody, or even a Brody King, to be honest. If Brody King was in this tournament, Brody King versus Darby Allin, I get the whole idea of we get the teacher or the student versus mentor fucking feud. But it just bogged it down so much. And it was so, they did the Roman Reigns to where they sit there and stopped and they talked to each other throughout the match and everything. Like, what the fuck are we doing? Moving along.
Right. Screw Raw Monday. Hey, you stop that, Victor. Nobody wants to watch the Bills and the Jets anyway. They both
fuck is you talking about, my guy. Trust me, I was eyeing comments of people talking about that. Trust me, I gotta find my Buffalo hat again and everything. I might be out here on Monday night with the Buffalo hat on.
Yeah, Miro went on a pay-per-view. We'll see where it goes. I feel like he's still gonna play with Hobbs a little bit, but he's another guy. It would be nice to see him in the tournament. Even if Hobbs cost him the tournament, get him in there.
But see, that's the thing is when you do a tournament, you open yourselves up to how many people aren't in the tournament.
Right. Valid. And again, just build good stories.
or just give us the meat.
Right.
We're like the old ladies on the Wendy's commercials. Where's the beef?
Right. Nick, are you a Buffalo Soldier?
That fucking got me so off guard I couldn't even respond.
Buffalo Soldier.
I can't say I'm a dreadlock Rasta, so I mean,
this stream made me fear for my life. It should make you hit the like and subscribe as well.
Right, that's how you hit the panic button. Is you hit the like button, you subscribe, everything like that. And one I like, who was it that was just saying that you clicked on before that was saying they rewatched the main event of Monday
right here,
during Dynamite, which was arguably and honestly undeniably better than anything we got tonight.
Oh yeah, it was. I mean, that match was a main event. It felt like a main event. It was delivered like a main event. I think the only beef people really I saw had with it was maybe one less commercial during it would have probably been nicer. But overall, yeah, that's and again, I enjoyed NXT last night a lot better than I enjoyed Dynamite tonight.
Fair, absolutely. Well, it's getting interesting to where NXT is starting to be almost at times the winner of the week. If we went back and did a rating show and a ranking show,
right? Wardlow and Brian Cage are rumored to be joining Christian Cage and be called the Caged Animals.
Don't let fucking what's his name there from NWA, Smashing Pumpkins.
Oh, Billy
Corgan. There we go. Thank you. Yeah, don't let him know because then when they try and license the "Despite all my rage, I am still," he'd just be like, "No, you can't do that."
Ratings for Collision were 345,000. Ouch, that's not good. I read reports up to 200,000 people left from start to finish, and a lot of people were saying that 90,000 people left after Tony made the announcement. That's what I read. I don't know if it's facts, guys, but again,
I haven't seen that.
Your number one merch seller, your biggest draw, just got systematically wasted from the company, and everybody who's an AEW fan should be upset about that because it hurts the product.
Especially to do that in Chicago.
Right?
Larry out here writing song lyrics. Hey, Larry, if you can write a
full version
of me being a Buffalo Soldier, I want to hear it. You send that to me. And then follows it up with, "Now get out of his living in America." Right. Now get out of his swamp. What?
What's in America?
Right. Well, NXT had a homicide on it, so none of the other shows could match that.
Yeah. Valid. And on that wonderful killer of a note, we will
pun intended.
Pun definitely intended.
Damien,
we can't end the show with an EC3 question. We love you, but come back tomorrow and we'll talk about
it. I know we're here. Now get out of my swamp.
Right. Folks, that's our stream. That's AEW Dynamite tonight. We're back for Impact tomorrow. It's a crazy 3 days straight of Impact Wrestling. Triple header Friday because we got SmackDown and Victory Road. Luna's coming back on Tuesday with another WrestleMania watch along. We got Impact 1000. We got Collision. So much to talk about, so much to get into. Check out all our links below. Go get yourself a beautiful t-shirt or hoodie or crop top or tank top or drop top or whoa. And Big Nick, all you.
Our shit is real. Our shit is raw. Our shit is authentic. When you talk about that wrestling, that's that real glass. You better put that for life with it. What?
See you on the flip side, folks. Thank you.